The current space transportation model is completely inefficient, akin to chartering a cargo plane for a single package. Well, these are the words of Thomas Mueller, CEO and CTO at Impulse Space, but maybe you know him better as the co-founder of SpaceX, yes, the company of Elon Musk. And today we talk about last article published on his LinkedIn profile. LEO has become much more accessible. Active GEO is next. Welcome back on the Space Info podcast. Here we talk about space and everything related to it. If you are passionate about space, astronomy, technology and everything about it, you can join all our social platforms at the Space Info Club or our website at www.spaceinfo.club, where tons of content and a community of experts are there waiting for you. This is the Space Info Club. Welcome back to the Space Info Rocket News podcast. Today we talk about Thomas Mueller. Maybe you know him better as the co-founder of SpaceX, the company by Elon Musk. And yeah, SpaceX is the aerospace manufacturer and space transportation company funded by Elon Musk and Thomas Mueller that has become synonymous with innovation and pushing the boundaries of space exploration. We've been hearing about SpaceX also in the last months comparatively to Boeing and the Starliner spacecraft, but this is a completely different story. That's not what we're going to talk about today. So let's give a little introduction to Thomas Mueller's career and what he did. Well, apart from his beginning as TRW, a leading space defense contractor, maybe you don't know the company, so visit our website and the Space Info Club newsletter where we're talking about the company. Where during his time as TRW, Thomas Mueller gained valuable experience working on various propulsion projects. Obviously, I'm talking about space propulsion, contributing to the development of rocket engines and systems. Then in 2002, Elon Musk funded SpaceX with the ambitious goal of reducing space transportation costs and ultimately enabling the colonization of Mars. So, for sure, the need for a rocket scientist with much experience in the propulsion team, Musk brought Tom Mueller on board that very same year. So we can say basically that Tom Mueller is probably not employee number one, but something around that number, for sure one of the first 10 for SpaceX, and his extensive experience critically contributed to the enormous success of SpaceX. A lot of people, probably also me, could say that SpaceX couldn't have been so successful without for sure Elon Musk, but on top of this, without Thomas Mueller, the man behind the success of those propulsive systems at least. So, as the vice president of the propulsion engineering team at SpaceX, Mueller was responsible for overseeing the design and development of rocket engines to power SpaceX Falcon 9, Falcon 1, and Falcon Heavy launch vehicles. So his leadership played a pivotal role in the success of SpaceX early missions, and the company achieved milestones like the privately funded liquid rocket Falcon 1 to reach orbit in 2008. So, among the challenges and triumphs, if you want to know more about the history of this incredible man, the man behind first SpaceX and now Impulse Space, let me know in the comment. Just reach out on our social and subscribe to the channel. It will give us a huge hand. That's completely free for you, but it's a huge hand on our side to keep bringing free content to you. So let us know what you think. If you want more content about Thomas Mueller, just let me know in the comment. So let's talk about today's topic. And after the departure from SpaceX in 2019, Tom Mueller founded its own company. The company is called Impulse Space, and the legacy at SpaceX extends beyond the specific rocket engines and the technology that helped the company to be so successful. Also, his work laid the foundation for the company's ongoing missions, including also the Starship project. But now, with its commitment inside this new company, which again is called Impulse Space, Thomas Mueller is kind of, I wouldn't say replicating, but for sure bringing on the success encountered at SpaceX into a different layer of space exploration. As you can read from this article, I invite you to read if you want to know more. That can be found on LinkedIn. We reposted it on our page, on LinkedIn page, Space Info Club, but also you can look for Thomas Mueller page. A lot of interesting content. This one is dated back to August 16, 2024, and the title is LEO has become much more accessible. Active GEO is next. LEO stands for Low Earth Orbit. GEO is geostationary orbit. So for sure, the main topic behind this thing is the rideshare program that made SpaceX so successful can be replicated to geostationary Earth orbit, GEO. Well, the current space transportation model is so inefficient that you could compare basically chartering a cargo plane for a single package. Just think about your Amazon last order, your last order on Amazon. Let's think about it being brought by a whole cargo plane singularly. So that's completely inefficient. And so transitioning to a transportation as a service model is essential to unlock the full potential of space exploration. This is at least what's saying Thomas Mueller, and I completely agree on this. Basically, the mission of the company, Impulse Space, is accelerating space exploration through efficient transportation, so focusing on making space more accessible also to other companies. Basically, as we can read here, in space we still operate inefficiently, using the equivalent of chartering a cargo plane for a single package. So to unlock the full potential of space, we must adopt a transportation as a service model. Unlocking the transportation as a service market will enable us to realize our full of planet potential. These are the words by Thomas Mueller, and that's for sure something that is inside the interest of his company for sure. That's what they are doing, but is a model that can be very successful also under my view, because you can use almost the very same propellant, well, let's say the delta, so the difference in the amount of propellant as a percentage will be relatively small for adding other payloads to the very same launch, sharing similar orbits or let's say different layers of orbits around our planet, but the very same launcher, which maybe can also be reusable up to different stages, the first up to the last one, which is the most complicated to reuse for sure. And that's what they are doing and trying to do with their upgraded Mira spacecraft, which is the product from Impulse Space, which is designed for operating in geostationary Earth orbit, supporting the growing demand for flexible satellite operations. So let's see some core benefits of driving Mira upgrade, and the first one is the growing importance of geostationary Earth orbit. Indeed, as LEO, so low Earth orbit, is more and more crowded with spacecraft, and also the kind of mission that can be exploited in this layer of orbit is different. So GEO is becoming more and more crowded, so the demand for vehicles with advanced maneuverability like Mira will be increased for sure. So this is also a business opportunity for the company by Thomas Mueller, which I recall is Impulse Space now. And so also, if you read through the article, you can also see one of the other characteristics that made SpaceX so successful, which is going to be adapted and some of replicated with the Impulse Space company, which is the rapid and iterative design. So if you come from aviation, this will sound strange to you because maybe you are used to think about safety and human impacts, human factors, and testing before the very first flight of your aircraft, for example. But the approach here, particularly, well, for sure, for unmanned spacecraft, as we have seen for the Falcon launcher development, will be okay. That would be better to test one more time instead of just thinking about that testing and that prototype just staying on the paper, on the desk of the designers. So testing more is better for sure, and this is the approach at Impulse Space, which emphasizes rapid and iterative design, allowing for continuous improvement based on real and in-space operation. Indeed, Thomas Mueller himself is underlining this aspect inside the article, saying that they are for sure not neglecting safety aspects, but they prefer much more the testing instead of just simulating. And also the vertical integration aspect is very important. Indeed, this approach enables faster iteration and also reduces potential points of failure by controlling the design and the manufacturing, the whole process itself, basically, because you can see by yourself by directly integrating piece by piece on your final launcher and also on your final vector and also propulsion system, how things fit among themselves and also their reciprocal interaction. So Impulse is very optimistic about revolutionizing in space transportation and inviting other people to join their mission to push the boundaries of space exploration. So this was just a brief introduction of how the things are changing, and also the approach and the vision towards space is basically widening from low Earth orbit. We are already expanding to geostationary orbit, and then maybe we can just go further and further. So if you appreciated this content, this kind of fast approach of rocket news of our channel, let us know in the comments. Please subscribe and share the channel with your friends. See you next time. Thanks for listening.